Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard a Frontline Solutions Vulture. We are currently on our way to Jimenez Armament to take place in some on-foot shenanigans. Normally on Tuesday nights, I would pick a Galnet article and read that and talk about it, but tonight I'm going to do something a little different. I'm long overdue for one of these. Basically, the skies are getting clearer, the temperature's getting warmer, the flowers are starting to come back out, and so spring is upon us, and it's time for me to do my quarterly update. It's time for Commander's Call. I'll see you after the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Commander's Call for Spring 3309. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with me. If you haven't seen one of these before, this is my quarterly channel update. This is where I talk pretty candidly about what I've been working on, some of the stuff that's been published, what I am working on, hopes, dreams, stuff like that. Just a little bit about where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. So it shouldn't take too long, about 10 to 15 minutes. I tend to ramble, so I've got some things set in place tonight to try to keep me from rambling and keep me on topic. But what you're seeing in the background is a high-level combat zone at Jimenez Armament, filmed about 20 minutes before I actually filmed the camera version or the talkie version of this. Just a little bit of background sight. I tried to play and shoot and talk and pay attention and keep a coherent set of thoughts, but that didn't happen. So pre-recorded footage accompanying us as I talk about the future of my channel. So I know that you're all disappointed that I did not do a winter edition of Commander's Call, because I'm supposed to do one of these each quarter. But winter of last year and like the first part of this year was absolutely terrible. It was awful. So there was a lot of things that were happening both personally and professionally that set a lot of my projects back. So, yeah, just kind of falling behind on that and getting caught up. But I'm very excited to be kind of back on the mend and getting things done. So for today's Commander's Call, I got a couple of things I want to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about is the elephant in the room, the big thing on the screen right now, Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is the primary source of content for this channel, and that is not going to change. Nobody has said anything, and I don't know if they've thought this, and maybe it's just my paranoia thinking this, but you may have noticed in the last few days that there's been a lot of non-Elite Dangerous content published on this channel. Specifically, the playthrough of The Dig. 8 days in a row, there was a new episode of The Dig, a retro game from 1995 that was published. And then in that time, we had 2 playthroughs, combined total of about 14 hours of video time for Stellaris. And so, yeah, we had The Dig and Out There on Saturday, and then a couple hours later, we had another episode of The Dig, and then we had Stellaris. I had my my playthrough for the Naflhive went live today, or went live the other day, and yeah, so just kind of want to reemphasize that. And first of all, I want to say welcome to the Stellaris fans that are joining the channel. Glad to have you. I know there are a few of you that have come over since the playthroughs are starting to go live, and there will be plenty more of those, as well as additional Stellaris content. I'll talk about that in a minute. But on Elite Dangerous side, Elite Dangerous is not going anywhere. I'm not cutting my content back. Specifically, we're going to continue to do Out There, which is in its 5th season. That's crazy. Out There started as just a way for me to do something with the video files that I was collecting on my hard drive, and it has morphed into this just amazing thing that happens every Saturday at 12 Central here on the channel. It's about 3 minutes of just relaxing music and visuals from exploration aboard the Starship Nightwish in Elite Dangerous, and it is going, it's wonderful. It's still going great. And yeah, we're in our 5th season. It's crazy how far we've come. Looking back on some of the first few episodes, it's crazy how bad it was. It's not perfect now, but we've come a long way. And then on Tuesday nights, I'll do my my Galnet article. Maybe El Presidente will make another appearance here and there, but I'll still do those. And I want to do more of this stuff, like the on-foot stuff, the combat CZs, the some raider missions, some mercenary stuff, whether it's tutorials or just showcases for a lot of these things. This is a combat zone, and it's basically a capture the flag. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. Yeah, it's much more gamey than the simulation elements of Elite that are out there. But I think it's a nice distraction. Plus, if you do it right, you can get about 10 to 11 million credits out of a single run in about 15 minutes. So, not the most efficient way of making money, I'm sure, but it's a lot of fun. You get some credits out of it. So Elite Dangerous, not changing that at all. But I am proud to announce that I've officially added Stellaris as a secondary source of content for the channel. That is why you've started seeing the playthroughs that are appearing on the channel, and those are going to continue. And Stellaris is everything that Elite is not, and what I mean is that it's a 4X real-time strategy game, and so it's different every time you play it, and it's great for narration. However, it can be really long. As you notice, the Elite Dangerous SPVFA playthrough was like 7.5 hours long. Some people like watching that stuff. I personally enjoy watching those kind of long playthroughs, so that's why I like making them. Some people don't. So what I've tried to do is kind of give the best of both worlds. So anytime that I publish any kind of long playthrough, so that goes for retro gaming or for Stellaris or maybe even Elite, if something's really long, I'm always going to provide a companion piece to it. For the Stellaris, it's called a postmortem. And then for the retro games, it'll probably be called like Final Thoughts and stuff like that. The Stellaris, you'll get the full playthrough, and then you'll get about an hour after each one of those goes live, you'll get the postmortem, which is a 30-minute, and it'll go through the whole story. So you can effectively watch the 30-minute version and get all that you need to know about the full playthrough. So if you go watch the 30-minute version of the Naflhive, you'll know exactly what you need to know about the 6.5-hour version of that playthrough. Or you can go watch the 6-hour version. I would prefer you do both and leave a like and subscribe and all that fun stuff on both of those. So we've got Elite Dangerous as the primary content for the channel now, and then I want to welcome Stellaris folks to the channel, because going forward, I'm not going to be a major Stellaris YouTuber or anything like that. I'm not going to, every time that Paradox drops some kind of update, I'm not going to be rushing out to create some kind of video for it. I'm really going to focus on the gameplay and mechanics and stuff like that. So we'll talk about playthroughs. I may do some special stuff, some shorter playthroughs, maybe look at specific origins and civics and stuff, and just do those as an example. And I'm always looking for tips and tricks. So if I'm doing something insanely crazy, use the comments section to give me advice so that I can make my next playthrough a lot better, especially with the Naflhive. That was a wreck. And then retro games. You may have noticed that over the past week, a video has been published almost every day. Don't get used to that. Not happening. I'm not going to sustain an everyday publishing. I mean, even today, we had one yesterday, and then we'll have one today. No, that's not happening. And so, the dig is something that I've talked about in previous Commander's Call that I really, really wanted to do. I mean, I have just been itching to do a playthrough of the dig, and this was the right time to do it. And so I'm very happy. I like how it turned out. The episodic format worked really well, especially with some of the twists and turns in the story, and I'm very happy with it. And so the dig is out, and it has the full playthrough, and it also has a Final Thoughts, a 30-minute sit-down to kind of talk about the history of the game, why it's important to me, and then talk about some of the key points in the playthrough if you're not interested in watching the 4-hour version of the dig. And so, as you can see here on the screen, I think this is the point where I die. It's really kind of it's a cheap shot from a commando, but yeah. So I'm going to do more retro games, and so I can tell you without a doubt that Descent Free Space, X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Wing Commander, Star Trek, those are all on the list to be done. When I get to them, I have no idea. because now I'm trying to balance creation between 3 different categories. However, they're going to still be space focused. So the retro games most likely will remain in the space category to kind of keep with the whole theme. There may be some moments where things go outside of that, but I probably will post a community tab and get your feedback on that, on whether I should go that route before I do it. I'm just not going to throw something out there that's completely off from the channel theme. So we're getting down to the wire here on our CZ combat. We're just absolutely smoking our enemy, and so I'll just take a few minutes to say yes, to recap. Elite Dangerous, not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, look for more Elite content coming very soon. I've got a couple of projects. I got like 4 videos here I'm working on right now in folders for different things. So there's a lot of stuff coming. Stellaris, welcome to the channel, Stellaris family. They are officially one of us, and so there will be more Stellaris content coming regularly starting now. And then, and then retro stuff. So Elite, Stellaris, retro stuff. That is the future of Commander Exorcist channel, and it is here. It is now. It's not coming in the future. It's happening right now. So with that, I just wanted to say that as a recording of this video, we are just about 40 people shy of passing the 2K mark. 2,000 subscribers for this channel. In the grand scheme of things, that's pretty small. We're a small channel. I'm a small channel. And it's like if the internet was like a big city, we're kind of like a little store in a shopping center, kind of like a GameStop, although we're much better than GameStop. Very small, but a place that, I would hope that people could go and kind of escape from the world and enjoy some games and enjoy something special, because I love doing this. This is I don't do this for money. There are people that on my Patreon, I am immensely grateful for your support. I consider that a bonus and a blessing, because I don't do this to make money. This is not my job. This is a hobby. This is something I love to do because I love playing these games. I love Elite Dangerous. I love Stellaris, and I love a lot of these games that have shaped who I am as a gamer over the years. And so I'm very excited about the prospect of getting to share that with all of you. And I'm very excited that there's like 2,000 people out there that want to go on that ride with me. It could be the hat. You never know. But, I just want to say that, it's not because of me. The channel is, I consider the channel a success. So here's the deal. If the channel never reached 2K, never, if we stop today at 1958, which is what we are at right now, I would consider it a success. It's a success beyond my wildest dreams. And that's because of you guys. You guys make this a special place. And I'm just the head on the TV passing on the info and playing the game. But it's the community that makes it special. And I'm very honored and humbled to be part of the community. And that's what I am. I'm nobody like in the hierarchy of things. I'm just another guy that's a part of the community. But I'm extremely proud to be part of the community. I've met some of the most amazing people in my life in this community. And I'm happy to be a part of the team. And that's what I am. We're all part of the team. So thank you for your continued support. I got to throw it out there. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of a shill thing, but Patreon, if you would like to support what I do financially, what I do is I offer early access. I got a few minutes. I got like a couple seconds. I got to say this. I offer early access. So like the Dig came out in episodes. Well, Patreon's got early access to the full playthrough. So they knew what was going to happen before anyone else did. So patreon.com/Commander Exorcist. The link will be in the description, and it'll be at the end of this video if you would like to support. Thank you for everything that you guys do, and watch your backs, fly safe, 11 million credits on this one, and I will see you out there.